You probably already read the title, and yes, I'm making a game that uses just text. What do you mean by that? Like only using code or what? Don't games already use code? No, I mean making a game that does not contain any images. You know, like the old school games in the terminal. Even some of those had graphics, but...
Well, wouldn't that be a stupid idea? Because a game without images kinda sucks.
Good point, but I need a steak, and no, I am not hungry. But I need an entertaining video and a game, so I need some kind of restriction. Just like my other videos have. Just to be clear, I can still use images to depict UI elements like buttons, or else the game would really suck. Now, before we start, I would like some audience participation. When you make a game, do you start with A, the core mechanic, B, the story, C, the levels, or D, the art? Well, I chose none of them and made a main menu. Pretty big idiot, but at least it will be of use later. For now, I can start with the game in itself. My idea is to make a game where you play as an entrepreneur and you grow your company from just you in your garage with a ThinkPad
to a multi-gazillion dollar mega corporation.
I want to add the ability to employ people and play in the stock market, which clearly sounds like an idea I can complete in a pretty short amount of time. Because this game will be all text, I need to choose a font, so I went searching and found this nice one that looks like text from a terminal. And it is free, so of course I downloaded it and imported it into my game. After choosing the font, I made a little navigation bar to help you move across the different menus from where you will manage your company. I also made a calendar system that should work in theory. And with this done, it was time to start with the first mechanic of the game, which is working all by yourself, you know? Just like in your own company at its start, where you work late hours trying not to die of hunger. Or something, I don't know, never really had my own company. So I made 4 minigames that you will need to complete to finish your work session. They are really simple text games, like math, guessing a number, or writing a word. And this one that looks like I'm cheating, but we don't talk about it. At the end of the work session, you will earn some money that increases in value as you complete more sessions. But these minigames get pretty boring after playing them for 5 minutes, so the next mechanic I implemented was hiring people who make money for you. Since the company that you manage is doing something related to tech, I created T classes for employees: hardware, software, and janitors. The hiring page shows you a list of 30 new employees each day. They have a name, class, level of experience, and an expected salary. To maximize your profits, you need to hire an equal amount of hardware and software engineers so they aren't imbalanced, and you also need to hire some janitors to keep the place clean and to motivate the other employees to work harder. And with employees, I added different buildings from your garage to the goddamn Apple Park, made these nice animations, and the employee part is pretty much done, even though it is held by duct tape and my dead hopes and dreams. After I finished the employee mechanic, I thought, what could you do with all of the money your slaves, I mean your employees, made for you? And watching all of the rich people on my reels, I added an investments tab where you can put your hard-earned money into valuable assets. Let me present you the 4 ways you can invest your fortune. The first one is putting it into the bank. For the menu, I made an ATM screen and you can deposit and withdraw money from your account. There is a fee and you make money every 14 in-game days based on an interest which changes value randomly.
Pretty basic method of making money and pretty slow, but can make you some money if you deposit a big enough sum and you don't really take risks. The second way of making money is by gambling it. Okay, so legal notice, I am not a lawyer and I do not recommend or endorse gambling in real life, like at all. This mechanic is entirely fictional, no real money is involved and it's purely part of the game for entertainment purposes, okay? Got it? Let's move on.
For the gambling menu, I kept it simple with nice lights and also made a nice animation like the one you would see on the slot machines when you win 20 cents. It might be a bit rigged, but only because I kept the number generator a real one, which means it doesn't take in consideration the amount of times you already lost, so you can lose 500 times in a row and still lose, and don't forget that the house always wins. After spending my whole afternoon gambling away, I started to work on my third way of investing your money, and this was a crypto market. Yeah, I know, crypto is a questionable way of investing your money, but it had to be done. So I made 4 coins. Gitgood, Unus Bonus, Bitrider and Schmeckcoin. You can buy coins and wait until the next day for them to change their value, and it is completely random, so you can lose your money pretty quickly. And for the last way of making money, I made my own stock market with 8 really dumb companies that I'm not going to go over. You can download the game and see for yourself, linking in the description. Yeah, did you like the plug that I just did? No? Well, going back to the stock market, it is pretty similar to the crypto one, and when I say pretty similar, I mean the same thing, but this one isn't so random. On each company's stock, the number of ups and downs is tracked. So if a stock goes down several days in a row, you can expect a growth in the coming days and the same way backwards. Honestly, I'm pretty proud of how the stock market looks, and with that, I think I am done with the investments tab. Thank God. So in essence, the game is pretty much done, it just needs some polish here and there, so I made a stats menu where you can track different things in your company. Pretty meaningless, but I still added it. Now, if you listen to the game, you will see that you can't hear shit. So I added sounds to the buttons, and I also went on Discord where I found Jay, who helped me and made music for the game, which probably is playing in the background right now. Check him out, I'll leave a link in the description. And now with these tunes into the game, I went back to the main menu, finished it, and it was time to make the save system. And it is my first time making one. Well, didn't you make a save system in your last video? Look, when I open the game, it keeps track of what items I own in the shop. Yeah, it isn't really the same. In my mobile game, I use the feature from Unity called Player Prefs, which is helpful to save simple data like some numbers and some text. But here I have to save a list of all of our employees, crypto, stock market and much more stuff. So I convert all of this data into JSON and write it in a file that the next time you boot the game, you can load in and continue your game. After making the save system, which was really easy, I made a little intro when you start a new game, and yeah, the game is pretty much done. You can play it from the link down below, so go download it and I'll see you next time, another 10 months from now.